Yo, what's good? This is your boy Theslykrow creeping in with another video. And boy, do we have some interesting news here with Nintendo. They just laid down the law, and y'all PC terrorists and game preservation cultists need to take a step back right now, cause you know it's definitely not looking pretty for y'all. Alright, so we have a pretty savage meme right here. We have the Valve Steam Deck putting a blade into the Switch. And this low-key reminds me of something else that happened recently with Nintendo. And so he says, your services are no longer required. And so we have here the Switch Lite, the OG Switch. And the behemoth in the back, we got the Steam Deck. And that dude looking hella big, bro. That dude looking hella big. And yeah, is bigger always better? That should be the reverse if you're talking portable, right? And to those with the PC handhelds claiming to have the Switch Pro in their hands, y'all just got cooked today, bro. And it's a wrap for y'all. And it's a Switch OLED gang for the win, baby. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Before we get into the story, I did want to share this story I had back in the day. And you know, I do remember, you know, myself being so into the GBA emulator back in the day on PC and Android. You know, being able to have these emulator on the Android phone was pretty clutch. You know, you can play Mega Man, and you know, I was pretty into Mega Man Battle Network. You know, that was definitely a good series. And you know, for the longest I was like, you know, how long is Nintendo actually going to let this slide? Being the fact that you have like these WOM sites out in the world, in the public, in the internet. You know, remember back then it took them several years to actually have Nintendo crack down on some of these WOM sites. And here we are at it again, man. You know, Nintendo is cracking down on the Switch user emulator, and it's definitely good to see. So we have a tweet here from Stefan Totilo. He says that Nintendo is suing the creators of popular Switch emulator Yuzu, saying their tech illegally circumvents Nintendo software encryption and facilitates piracy. And so I did read a bit about this legal document for this case, and you know, although the fact that the emulators actually is deemed legal for use, you know, there's been a lot of emulators out in the public right now. So they are actually legal for use, but it seems like the practices that users use in particular, you know, when it comes to the decryption of the software and the games that users porting onto the actual emulator, there's actually a lot of malpractices in place there, and it's you know, it's not looking too pretty for user right now. And so to quote this one line from the legal write-up, it says here that user's website acknowledges that the Nintendo Switch decryption keys, the prod.keys, are required to decrypt the games and includes links to software that unlawfully extract those keys from the Nintendo Switch. And so yeah, the encryption process is definitely, you know, it does have some legal ramifications there if you do try and tamper with that. And if they did find anything of that sort, that's definitely a huge blow for a user. And the fact that, you know, people are cracking these games 2 weeks before release. You know, we had the story here of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom was actually dumped online 2 weeks before release, and it had over 1 million downloads at that time. And so that's definitely a huge concern here, the fact that it had so much downloads and so much popularity around that time. Now Stefan Toti also notes that during the release of Tears of the Kingdom, it says that the user's Patreon support actually doubled during that time, and this is actually proof that the user's business model helps the piracy flourish. And this piracy, you know, leading to monetary gains is definitely something to be worried about. And you know, this is a huge deal right here. You know, piracy, I mean, emulation is considered legal, but the fact that they're getting money off of the success is something to be trifled with. And coming from a PC gamer, you know, I truly get it that, you know, y'all want to play Switch games at 60 FPS you know, you guys are all about the performance and you want to play on the game at higher resolutions as well. But honestly, realistically, like how many of the same people that are supporting this Yuzu emulator are buying Zelda Tears of the Kingdom on release? And that's not to say that Tears of the Kingdom didn't do really well for Nintendo. You know, they did actually do pretty well, and their sales as of December 2023 is sitting at 20 million. So you definitely gotta give props to the team at Monolith Soft and Nintendo for pulling off this one. So now, with that being said, you know, a question does need to be raised as to the future of emulation. You know, there are people who advocate that emulation is a way of preserving, you know, especially retro games. And, you know, with this move being done, you know, Nintendo cracking down on Yuzu is definitely a bit of a concern for other emulation projects that are out there. So yo, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below, how y'all feel about the future of emulation. And this is your boy Theslykrow signing off. Catch you on the next one. Peace.